Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Fire Talk, where we give you the latest news and updates on Southeastern University athletics. I'm Kent Ingle, president here at Southeastern University. And today we have our Director of Athletic Communications sitting in on the show, Donnie Smith. Hey, how are you, Donnie?
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. I know Drew is on the road traveling with our men's basketball team. Yep. So grateful to have you come in and be a part of the show. We have two amazing guests with us, softball team members, Chapel Cunningham and Autumn Hunter. Great to have you both with us to talk a little bit about softball.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Well, we're great to have you here. Let's first start off by, having a chance to get to know both of you a little bit better. Start with where you're from, how you got to SCU, and Autumn, why don't you start us off?
Sure. So I'm from Winneconne, Wisconsin. I came here because I knew I always wanted to play softball down south. That was, like a dream ever since I was little. My mom played college softball down south, and I toured like 14 colleges, and this one for sure was my favorite. I was like, the campus was beautiful, the coach was great, the team was great, the atmosphere was great, and so when coach offered me, I was like, yeah, this is definitely where I want to go. So
that's great. Chapel.
Sweet. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, and so I chose Southeastern mainly because they gave me an opportunity to play two sports. Not a lot of colleges do that. I've loved the coach. My travel ball coach that I played softball for over the summer for the last 2 years. Before I got to college, knew Coach Watkins.
Okay.
So they had a pretty good relationship. So he kind of pointed me here. I came down for a camp, and then Coach offered me after that.
Wow.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
So being a two-sport athlete, there's probably a reason not a lot of colleges allow that opportunity, especially when you use such an easy major like you have in biology and everything like that. Kind of talk about the challenges, and I think you kind of enjoy those challenges in being the multi-sport athlete and taking on a tough major.
Yeah, it's been really cool, honestly. I chose Southeastern, like I said, just because they did give me the opportunity. I think a lot of schools don't do that because some coaches can be a little bit selfish. They don't like to share their athletes. And at Southeastern, obviously our softball team has a fall season, which I don't get to be a part of because I'm playing full-time volleyball. But it's just been really cool. I have 30 best friends that are there for me anytime that I need them. School actually is a little bit hard being in season all the time, but professors here work really well with our athletes, and they've been super helpful.
Yeah,
so
that's great. Autumn, you're a senior this year. So what are some of the goals for the team this year? And then what about you now that you're a senior, personal goals both on and off the field?
So as a team, we really, really want to win that conference tournament.
Sure.
Because we've never done it. So that's a big goal for us, very personal goal for us. Also just to sweep the regular season conference. And then go to the World Series. So those are all big goals for us. For me, academically, I just want to make sure I can finish off my degree, no bumps in the road, and just continue doing well. We're both pre-med, so it's been challenging sometimes with those classes, but I'm really looking forward to finishing up here, and I'm really happy for all the time that I've had.
Then off to med school, or
I'm not sure yet. I'm applying, but yeah.
Great.
Give us an idea on some of the biggest lessons that you've learned as a student athlete, or what have been some of the traits that you've picked up having to balance your time and handle everything. So, Chapel, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I think I've learned just the importance of having a strong work ethic, honestly, being a two-sport athlete and with the really hard degree that both Autumn and I are pursuing. It's not easy and not everything's just given to you. It definitely requires a lot of work and commitment, dedication. And I think that, especially being a part of an athletics team where everyone else is trying to push you to get better as well, it's just like a community all striving to be really, really good.
Awesome. Autumn?
Yeah.
For me, I don't know. I'm just really excited to have the opportunity to be here and to work hard and just to really just be here and work hard and stuff. So.
You're both veterans of the team, and so how are you approaching leadership this season as you start the new season out, and then of course, what kind of impact does that have on the entire team?
Yeah. So I think one of the main aspects of our team this year, what we're trying to focus on is having passion for the game, and that just kind of elevates the level of play for us. Having each other's back, being accountable, and I think like in leadership roles that Autumn and I are kind of in now, being upperclassmen, I think that we are striving to lead by example a little bit more than we have in the past, because we have some freshmen that stepped up really big for us this opening weekend that I could talk about a little bit later, but just like showing them the ropes and like how things work, how coach like things being done, so like they can follow after us.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
Let's talk a little bit about opening weekend. Last week, you guys both had some crucial plays, played well. We'll take a look back at some of the highlights, and actually, I think we'll have you guys narrate through some of them. So, Chappell, you've got the first one here. I believe this is game number 2. Had to come back a little bit, had to rally a little bit late. So you come up with a runner on first, 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. What are you looking for here?
2 outs.
So I got 2 strikes, so I'm like, anything close, I got to hit it. I saw the shortstop was kind of cheating towards the 5-6 hole, so I was looking to drive something middle, which is somehow what I did.
And tied the game.
Second, yeah, tied up the game 1-1. That was awesome.
Autumn, you had game number 1, had a great outing. I think when we talked after the game, you're most excited about no walks. Give us an idea on this at-bat here, big situation.
So this is one of their best hitters, and so I just knew that I had to put it off the plate. Like, that pitch was probably 4 or 5 inches off the plate, and was just hoping that she was gonna, bite at it. So
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, you knew what you were doing. So moving forward this week, you guys face off against number 20, Freed Hartman. And what do they do well, and how will the matchup be?
Yeah.
They have a really good pitching staff. It'll definitely be like a step up, I think, from what we're used to. So it'll be really nice to see everyone be able to get some at-bats in and really get ready for that postseason type play. So.
Very true. Historically, they've been very competitive with us, and it's always a pleasure to play somebody that challenges you a little bit. I'm very excited for our pitchers to match up. They have some really good hitters as well. I think it's going to make our defense step up a little bit.
Sure.
I'm excited to see that for sure.
And is that a home game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. Great.
Awesome. Should be a great weekend for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, make sure you head out to the SU softball field. So it's Saturday at 12 and 2 to support the SU Fire team. So thanks for joining us on our podcast today and getting a chance to know you. And I know you're going to have an amazing season. Look forward to catching some of the games.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, privilege. Peterson & Myers takes pride in the accessibility of their experienced attorneys and in the thoughtful and innovative manner they solve problems for clients. In addition to legal skills, Peterson & Myers are personally and deeply involved in the communities in and around Polk County. Peterson & Myers, PA, an official partner of Fire Athletics. Well, let's talk about men's basketball. They had a big upset over number 1 Ave Maria, and I thought they played. I was able to catch that game. Played amazing, shutting down. I mean, that team is a big 3-point launcher.
Yeah, they really are.
And they weren't hitting those as much, probably, as they were accustomed to, right?
Yeah, they kind of went through some spurts early on and then late to still get to 15 made threes in the game. But to keep pace with an offense like that, I think it really says a lot about our guys and just how tough the Sun Conference is this season. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights from that contest. Fire getting it done on both sides. Defensively, being a Clippers fan, how about Benoit Benjamin getting a block shot here? Anthony doing a great job. Duncan, he also picked up his 1,000th career point in that contest. And then one of the other big keys for Southeastern, Reggie Messiter, you talk about the 3-point shooting team by Ave Maria. So the Fire kind of have to keep pace a little bit, knocking down a bunch of threes. They leave Reggie by himself. He's able to make one move, step back triple. He matched a career high with 6 3-pointers made in that game. Yeah. So really coming through in a big way.
Yeah, he was hot. What's next for them?
Yeah, a couple of big games this week, taking on Kaiser this evening at 7:30 and then at Weber. So 2 back-to-back road games this week, trying to avenge a loss to Kaiser and then taking on a big rival at their place.
Let's talk about women's basketball. Big conference win on Saturday, also over Ave Maria. The only conference opponent our women have lost to, by the way. But they defeated them at home, 84-59. Great game.
Yeah, big win. They've won 7 in a row now in the Sun Conference and really have control from this point out. As we take a look back at some of the highlights, really the key for them as of late has been the 3-point shooting as well. Being able to hit from the outside, averaging 13 made threes per game over the last 4 contests. Really started clicking in that area in the Coastal Georgia game. Becky Kalidiev coming through with another Sun Conference Player of the Week honor and also getting 4 threes in that contest from Courtney Demarest. So you combine that with the defense that this team's been playing as of late. They're a tough out at this point.
Yeah. Do we have any clips of any of theirs? Or?
Yeah, we got a couple of made three-pointers from that group. So here's a look for first the three-pointer from the left side by Kalidiev. Again, they found a way to leave her open, and Becky's able to make them pay. And then, well, like we mentioned, Courtney Demarest coming through with a couple of big threes in that contest. Good baseline cut, little look into the left side.
Yeah.
And the splash.
Yeah, swish, man. They're looking good, very impressive. They've been shooting the ball really well these past few weeks, and it's positioned them well in the conference.
And again, they're holding teams down under 60 a game, so that really makes it easy. That takes some of the pressure off of the shooting when your defense is playing that well.
And they, too, will be facing Kaiser and Weber.
Kaiser this evening, and then at Weber on Saturday.
Great. Girls have to take care of business on the road, that's for sure. That's for sure. Baseball. How did baseball? They went out to Arizona. How was the trip?
They did. Played 3 top 20 teams. Came away with 3 wins. So opened up the trip against Benedictine Mesa. Ended up playing Hope International in the second game of that day. Darian Smith going 7 no-hit innings. He's looked really good in his first 2 outings this season. And then obviously the big one on Saturday against LC State, a team that we've seen in the World Series a number of times. Ended up beating them. They come into the season ranked number 3. Really took advantage of some mistakes, but I think at the plate got just enough done to get the win, and our pitching's been outstanding here in this first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, great performances from our guys. So what's upcoming for them?
Yeah, they've got a 3-game series starting tomorrow against Oklahoma Wesleyan, so another chance to get some arms on the hill and get some work in this week against a pretty good team.
That's good. Well, Donnie, that's a wrap for today's show. Thanks to everyone for joining us. As we close the show, I want to remind everyone about our home games this week. Baseball will be at home Thursday at 6 p.m., Friday at 3 p.m., and Saturday at noon. Softball is at home Saturday at 12 and 2 p.m. And then catch tennis in their home opener Friday at 1 p.m. at the Bierman Family Tennis Complex.
Make sure you check out seufire.com for all the latest on Fire Athletics.
And good luck to all our teams this week. Thanks again for joining us, and go Fire.